Okay, the first thing we're just gonna do is just test my audio just to make sure that the audio is working. Okay, good. So we're gonna start off the tier list with basically three explanations, or our reasoning. So we're gonna go off of how good overall this operator is. So, for example, an S tier operator may have very few counters. They may have a very good solid gun selection, or they might do something that makes them kind of leagues above maybe another operator, and why you should pick that operator instead of this operator. Now, I'm going to make two tier lists. I'm going to make one for attackers and I'm going to make one for defenders. Because to be fair, there's no reason why you need to have a defender being compared to an attacker. It really doesn't matter. So we're going to first go with must picks. These are people that you always should have on a team. I was thinking like most versatile. Yeah, you know what? Most versatile pick. Most versatile. Hey Siri, how do you spell versatile? I feel like I'm gonna butcher that.
Versatile.
Oh, versatile. God, I was saying like way wrong. Most versatile picks. Most versatile. Okay, we're gonna. Can we? No, we can't. Must. Yeah, let's put must. Then we're gonna pick. We're gonna put solid. If you just want to skip ahead a little bit, that's fine too. A plus solid. You know what? Let's put second picks. Second picks. These are the people. These are the people who you certainly. These are the people who are very good at basically being like good secondary picks, but they're not they're not like meta in a sense. And we're gonna put B's gonna be battle buddy, great with another operator, great with another op. Wait, I don't, because like, okay, my mouse is like, my keyboard is kind of far away. Battle buddy, so great with another op, great with other ops, great with other ops. I'm gonna put can make plays, can make plays, can make plays. And dude, they're okay. They're okay. Dude, they're okay. Okay, so our first pick is Ace, and Ace is obviously S tier. The reason why he's S tier is he basically has the AK. He basically does what Habana does, but a little slower. Um, if you don't really know how to play as him, he's pretty solid. I also got my other like my console on so I can name the weapons correctly. So he's got the AK-12 and he's got the M10, which you should never use the M10. Excuse me. You should never use the M10 only for memes. We got Amaru, who they're okay. They're really not that strong. They're very, very weak. They're very average. I wouldn't even say they're average. They're really, really low. You only use Amaru if you're trying to do like memes. She's got the G8 A1, which is IQ's basically a LMG, and she also got the Supernova, which has been a lot buffed since it first came out. She also has the SMG 11 if you're like a tryhard, and she also got the ITA, which is Mara's shotgun, and Vigil's second, or not, sorry, Mara's secondary shotgun, with a bunch of other people that share it. And she is just not that solid. She's pretty mediocre. We got Ash. Ash is can make plays, but she has the R4C, and then she also has the I think it's the G8. I'm looking right now just to make sure. The G3. So she has the G3. I don't really care about pistols because pistols are kind of like But her whole gadget is basically she's just breach charged from far away. Um, I think she's outdated. Um, I think she's outdated, honestly, in my opinion. She's really only good if you're really like God tier with her. And the fact that they made all of the aiming speed the same speed just makes it so she's just like the same speed as a 3 armor if she's aiming. So basically, she just has 2 breach charges, and that's really it. I'm thinking of making a list that's like outdated, but it's kind of a hard pick there. So then we got Blackbeard. Blackbeard, Blackbeard can make plays. He's got the scar, um, and he is solid, but he's not great. Like if you're really good at aiming, Blackbeard sucks because you're just gonna shoot Blackbeard in the head. Like once he drops the shield, it's pretty much just open city on his head. Especially with Siege weird broken like hit detection. It's awful. Um I would say Blitz can make plays, but he's not great. You have to get really close. And if you have someone who has god aim, Blitz is like really bad because they're just gonna shoot your arm or wait for you to like open up. And most of the time, sometimes his range is very like staticky. Like you just have no idea where he's like the flashes, especially for new people. They'll just flash you and just sit there and watch you, and then they'll literally like die, or they'll just like stay around and peek the corner, hiding their arm. Uh, okay, so we got Brava. Now Brava has Capital's. Um, she has Capital's assault rifle, and I think she has Buck's DMR, which this is kind of mixed up because I have to go find everybody. So she's got the Para 308, which hits like a truck. And then she's got the Carbs, or Cammers, however you say that. She also has the Super Shorty, and she also has a secondary, but you don't care. And basically, yeah, that's Buck's DMR. And Capital's assault rifle with the super shorty from Mozzie originally, and what's her fucking face? Gridlock. And she she is great with other ops because, for example, you can basically kind of hack. You could basically kind of well, you know what? I'll say she's I'll say she nah, I mean, she's very random. The issue is like she's great with other ops because what you could do is you could basically like I guess she's very map dependent, and ah okay, I definitely okay, now I'm thinking about this. I want to put this I want to put this with I want to put this here. Yeah, I want to put this here and then let's put can make plays. Can make plays. Are you you know what, let's change this to beautifully is that even a word? Beautiful mid. Let's do that. Beautiful mid. No, I kinda liked it. I kinda liked you know what, yeah, we could say sometimes make plays. Sometimes make plays. Sometimes make plays. Yeah. Sometimes make plays. Okay. Battle buddy. Must versatile. Must most versatile. Yeah, let's do most. Yeah, I don't know why I put must. Most versatile picks. Second picks. Sometimes makes plays. Battle buddy, great with other ops. Or actually, that should be great. That should be battle buddy, great with other ops. That should be usable with other ops. Yeah, should be usable. No, I think let's put decent. Yeah, let's put decent. Decent with other ops. Yeah, that's fair. Um, we got Buck. I feel like Buck can make some plays. Um, I don't know if I should go over all the weapons because I feel like that's just taking me way too much time to go through like every one of their weapons. But he basically has an assault rifle, a DMR, and his assault rifle's pretty decent. I would have to say it's pretty alright. Nobody ever uses the DMR. It's like probably the least of his weapons that people use. I don't really find it that great. Um, so yeah, also he could shoot at the top, do like vertical play. He's probably one of the best operators for that. Um, he's very map dependent. You know what? Yeah, let's can we add another row? What? Oh, I think it just okay, I see what I did there. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. I got those mixed up. Um Oh yeah, add another row. Let's add another, add a row below. How good is that gonna look? Oh, that's like, I didn't think the words I didn't think the words were gonna be so hard to read. I was like, ah, okay. Let's change this to. I was thinking like, oh, map dependent, map dependent, dependent. Oh, map dependent. Okay. I kind of like the top one. I feel like I want to go. Let's go green. Why did that turn green? Okay, good. And then let's go down because I honestly I hate the like color palette they give you. It's very mid. And okay, now I kind of just regret. Now I kind of just regret the colors. But fuck it, we ball. Um, I actually want this to be a different color. Okay, now it's unique. Um, Capital, he has an assault rifle, and he also he also I'm pretty sure he has a sec. Oh, he has an LMG. Yeah, that's it. Now I remember. He has the good old LMG. Um, I'm gonna switch these. Yeah, because I feel like map dependent kind of goes over. I feel like map dependent. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's fair. Um, Buck definitely goes in map dependent. I feel like Capital is a very good secondary pick. He has hard breach. He has basically he could shoot around shields. He has smoke. He has his now it was gas. Back then it was like this Spectus thing that defenders would choke on. And and then yeah, he's pretty good all around secondary pick. I would definitely say that. Deimos Deimos is S tier. I mean, it's not even clear. It's not even like it's not even a guess. The only thing I could say is that his pistol is kind of meh, like at long range. But other than that, he's very solid. He's always usually picked in pro league or banned because if you're communicating with your team or you're just like chilling out on your drone or something and you go, hey, like if you know the map very well, he is very solid. You could be like, oh, someone's in library on top of something, and people go, okay, on top, library on top of something. Dokkaebi got like a nerf, and I feel like she is kind of really decent with like because like if you're playing more intel operators, she's good. But if the defenders are playing like Maestro, Echo, Valkyrie, stuff like that, she's very solid for that because you know I think her gun set's okay. She's like the DMR, and she also has like the Olympia shotgun from Call of Duty. I'm just gonna call it that because I'm not gonna remember his name, and I'm just not gonna go look all their names up because I feel like that's just taking me too much time. She's okay. The she's like once you kill an attacker and you grab their phone, she's only solid if the enemy really has like intel. But if you have people that are just shooting out the cameras, she's practically useless. I would say she's only decent with other ops because the other ops can move in when she calls, and that's really about it unless they go pure like intel. I probably should make another one called like operator dependent. Should I say map slash enemy intel? No, slash enemy dependent. Yeah, let's do that. Slash enemy enemy slash enemy dependent. Oh, slash enemy dependent. Yeah, I would definitely say she's up there because if you got a lot of like intel and she actually kills somebody and takes their phone, you get access to all their cameras. So I guess she could be very strong in that regard. Um, let's see, Finka. Finka is definitely very decent with other ops. She's not really like strong. She's definitely support. And she's just like blah. Um, Flores. Flores is just okay. Um, you don't really need. I mean, unless you just have like Thatcher following you around or something, and just shooting out like electronics, then okay. But outside of that, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's like you're never gonna see Flores. He's like a newbie pick, and people think he's actually very good, but he's not great. Because what all you have is your drones, and then once you use up all your drones, you don't have anything. You're just basically Gay Thatcher at that point, because he shares the same assault rifle, and also he gets like Blackbeard's like DMR that sucks because nobody ever picks that, and it's like Fuse is very map dependent. He's okay, but once you know how to play against the Fuse, all you do, like, if Jaeger's his honestly best counter, because if you just aim and you shoot his fuses, the Jaeger charge will literally just kill it. And it just countered him, and unless you're an idiot who's just going to constantly keep doing that, Jaeger will just literally sit back and just, oh, ploop, shoot your thing again, ploop, shoot your thing again. And, at that time, if you have flankers, he's pretty eh. So I would say he's definitely map dependent. I'm trying to think of like a good battle buddy he's like good with. Um, I definitely would say if you're not doing that with Jaeger, which most people don't, I would probably say he can make some plays because he does have very good like roam clear. Actually, I'd probably say he's a good secondary pick because he can go and destroy a lot of enemy equipment, and he's pretty decent with that. But I guess I mean I want to say Fuse Fuse is very like decent with a buddy because I'm thinking like Mute's always gonna be picked, or he's always gonna have someone like on a wall. But I guess if they're not like covering the ground, I guess sometimes he could get some cheeky like blow ups. But outside of just clearing electronics, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because he does have the AK with like Ace, which makes Fuse pretty solid. I would put him in sometimes makes plays. Now I'm thinking about it, because he's solid in some regards. Like, yeah, he can clear out a lot of electronics, and that's great, and open up like a wall. But at the same time, if someone just has like a mute or a bandit or something like that, he can't do anything unless he goes upstairs and tries to blow it up. But if you got a roamer watching it, it's just he's cooked. And it's like, okay, I don't know, because to me he's at a weird spot. Like he's good and he's bad, but at a higher level he's really bad because you're not gonna really use Fuse. So I guess at a higher level he's basically he's basically decent with other ops. Um, Other than that, he'd just be okay. I mean, I guess he's just okay. Now I'm thinking about it because he does have a lot of downsides. Like one, he's very loud. Two, he is practically useless if you know how to just aim and shoot. You just shoot one of his things, and if you have a Jaeger, it'll just destroy it like all the time. And you don't really want to put yourself out in the open trying to like fuse stuff because it's a big risk and maybe a decent reward, but the risk is way way bigger than the reward, because it's like, oh, you destroyed all the stuff in there, but are you going to push in the room through that way? And if not, it's kind of like, I guess being able to fuse OSA windows was a nice touch. I think that was a good little buff for him, but other than that, he's okay. Glads is like the definition of map dependent. He is like very, unless you're really really good with Glass, he is like, ah, he's he's honestly outdated. Um, I would probably say he's okay now that I think about it, because you're never really gonna pick Glass over like anyone else in this circuit of people, and like, why would you? Gridlock, I would say Gridlock, playing Gridlock, she's very, very good secondary pick. She can lock down areas. She can make it so the attackers give their position away. She makes them use enemy equipment. She doesn't really have a counter unless you're playing like Wamai, or unless you have like impact grenades. And then even then, like if someone has to run back to bomb just to literally defuse the bomb, you are like, oh, they're over here, they're loud as hell, and I could just cover this whole area. So now I covered the whole area and like uh, basically barbed wire, and they either have to shoot it or explode it. And at that point, they're just wasting time. And it's like, hey, you just gave your position away. And she has a LMG actually with a mag or a clip, whatever, and it's fucking great. I use that weapon all the time, and then her F9 is very solid. So she's just kind of like, ah. Now Grim is very good for secondary because he simply is very good at hitting multiple enemies, and but the problem with him is if your team doesn't push, you just picked an operator with intel that doesn't do anything. And I I probably have to say sometimes makes plays. Um, but the problem, I think he's better than Deimos by tracking. Like, I think he's the best tracker in the game. But I think I should probably put optional. Let's put slash good alternative. Good alternative. Hey Siri, how do you spell alternative?
Alternative. A L T.
No, yeah, I forgot the N.
N-A-T.
Alternative.
I-V-E.
Good alternative to second picks. Yeah, there we go. Good alternative to second picks. Good alternative sometimes makes plays. That should be makes plays. Makes plays. Good alternative to second picks. Okay, fair enough. Okay, who do we got next? Who do we got? We got Habana. Habana is actually, I can actually say Habana is very solid. She's a pretty good hard breacher, and I think she is very, very solid. I think her main assault rifle is very good. She also gets the supernova, but a lot of people realize that shotguns for attackers are not really good because they severely limit your range, and the assault rifles typically are a lot better because you could just one tap someone in the head if the siege gods allow it. You can use up to, like, I think it's like 18, maybe if they buffed it, and you can basically open up 3 different walls and crawl through them if you want to be cheeky. And do that, and the attacker would practically have to, or the defender would have to guess where you're at. And it does, like, if you have 3 people sitting down or laying at one of them, you could easily just kill the person who's looking right at it. And it's just like, and you could crawl through it. I've heard that's like at some pro elite strats. That's why she's very good. I mean, all the hard breachers should be must picks. I mean, they do something that all the other characters don't, unless they're hard breachers, and that's just open up reinforced walls. Now you can argue that she is what's the word? You can argue that she's decent with other ops, but I think she's very solid. I think honestly, hard breaches are all must picks because you should never not have a hard breach. I would probably put her down as secondary picks because yeah, she could open up walls, but her walls are not ginormous. Like Ace technically is just better, and I think definitely you should have a hard breach, but you're not gonna pick Habana over Ace. Like you're just not gonna do that. Let's see, what's the other one? Okay, so we got Ayana. Ayana is very, very map dependent. She just basically gives intel. She's like, oh yeah, here's all this shit over here. Heidi ho. And you go, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think she's definitely gotten. I think she's okay. I definitely think the reason why she's great is because she technically has frag grenades, where I don't think IQ does. Let me go look. I don't remember if IQ has frag grenades. I remember they went to Capital remember they went to Capital. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just use my PC now I'm thinking about it. And, let's see. I bought like Rainbow Six Siege. Like, oh, I bought the first division. I didn't buy the second division. Yeah, that makes sense. Which, in my opinion, I think Division 1 honestly just had better. I think it just had better, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it just had better gadgets, in my opinion. I know a lot of gadgets got recycled, and like Division 2. Eh, don't get me wrong, they definitely had some broken ones. Like the one that made you immune to like status effects. That one was so fucking broken. Like, oh my god, that one was so fucking broken. I'm not even gonna fucking cap. That one was just so utterly broken. I'm waiting for Siege to load up to give you a correct answer on that. But we're gonna put IQ is definitely Battle Buddy, decent with other ops, because she is kind of like the definition of I have someone needs to hold my hand. And the thing is that like she is very I need you to hold my hand type of person. And I'm just checking to see if she has grenades because I don't want to say something and someone go, "Oh no, she has grenades, bro." What the fuck are these saves? Oh no. I'm really hoping it's not going to take my skins off because I decided to play on Cloud Beta. Okay, the moment of truth before I get back to the thing. Okay, everyone still has their shit on, so. Yippee! Okay, good. Everyone does have their shit on. Everyone still has their clothes on. Now, where's IQ? Luckily, if you're watching this, like, way after, you could just practically just skip ahead. Okay, so yeah, she does have grenades. Okay. Yay. Okay, so she does have grenades. But other than that, and you can't even cook grenades anymore, so she's just kind of meh. I understand that she's kind of good with Brava, because Brava, you could just literally search and ping stuff. So they make a good, like, combination. Jackal. Jackal, I would definitely have to say, is decent with another person. Because if you ping someone and they're across the map, what is Jackal gonna possibly do? Chase them down the fucking map and, you know, like, waste all your time trying to get this person across the map? Now, I feel like he's definitely very dependent on teammates to do the job, and that's where I'm going to settle him at. He has a shotgun. I think it's the ITA, if I remember right, or maybe that's the other shotgun I'm thinking of. From Mira, and they both shared, and basically, he's not really that strong. He's only really strong if you're working with a team. Other than that, he's just kind of, yeah. Let's see, who do we got next? Kali, and yes, that's how you say her name. Kali is, I mean, I get what she's trying to be, like a support sniper, but the issue with her is like nobody plays her. Like nobody in Pro League plays her. I've never seen anyone in Pro League play her. I never seen people play her in general. She is like a newbie pick. If you see someone playing Kali, they're probably either like the most god tier player who just loves to be a fucking little sniper cunt, or they're fucking bad, or new. It's like one of those three choices. Um. Okay, so we got Lion. Lion's a good secondary pick for rushing, but he's not really that great. I mean, he's good for working with the team. Yeah, I would definitely say he's like very very decent if you work with the team. If you're just trying to play him alone, most of the time people will just stand there, and even if they do stand there and you're pushing someone, they will literally just shoot you. So people know how to counter Lion, and he's not like god tier anymore. Like when he first came out. Let's see. Maverick is the definition of okay. I mean, he's good at opening like a wall. I know there's that strat where it's based. Okay, then I'm talking myself into basically being good. He's basically like opens up a wall and then somebody blows up the wall, or somebody like he takes the top and bottom out and it just destroys like the reinforcement, and then he basically like does the bottom and then Sledge comes and slaps it. That's how like Pro League do it. But other than that, I mean, like he's really only good for like heavy meta, like wall areas, and then by that point, he's basically, eh. I mean, he's basically you pick Maverick, don't get shot in the face. I was thinking maybe he's really good for secondary because he has a very like niche thing, and but most of the time you don't see him played a lot, so he's only for a couple maps, which I would put him in map dependent, to be honest. Who do we got next? Monty is the definition of like battle buddy. He is like, I got you covered, stand behind me, we're going in. That's Monty. He's like the OG original info kind of like player. Like you want to be the shield, you want to be the juggernaut who pushes in with your team. He's kind of like what Siege was originally trying to be until people started to realize, yeah, walking in a line is not a good idea. Because if a bullet goes through someone, it's going to possibly hit the person behind you. And if it's like if it's very like body piercing, armor piercing, whatever, and that goes through you and goes through multiple people, then one bullet just shot multiple people. And it's better to spread out because one, you cover more ground, and two, if one person gets shot, you could cover that person. And so there's multiple reasons that they do that. Okay, so who do we got next? So then we got Nook, and I feel like Nook is very map dependent. She's just kind of there. She can make some plays, but for the most part, you're never really gonna pick a Nook over like Okay, I'll actually put Buck in. Sometimes makes good plays, good alternative to second picks. Um, Buck is okay, but Nook is like the definition of mag, especially since they nerfed her. Nomad is Nomad's okay, in my opinion. Since they took the claymores away from her, she's basically just kind of a worse version of like Gridlock in a sense. Because okay, let's say you actually knock someone down, right? Like the only reason she's ever really good is if the defender has to push through her gadget, and then I would say she's map dependent. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really see a reason why you would pick Nomad over Gridlock. And other than that, and if your whole team, like, if you just let them take objective, then the Nomad's okay. Because it's like, okay, now they can't do anything. Because I just put these, goo mines here. Um, Osa. Osa. Osa is. I love Osa, but she is just okay. All she has is basically she's just a shield operator. Like, why would you pick Osa? She like over like Monty or something. Now I understand she's good if you could get inside objective and plant the bomb. Sure, that's fair. But eh. Now we got Ram, who has the R4C, and she has Sophia's LMG. So she basically is very map dependent, and she doesn't really do much. She's just kind of like, I make a lot of noise at the top. I mean, she could be really good for a distraction if you're playing vertically and you want to push in and make a lot of noise and then kind of do a sneaky little 100 IQ play there. Okay, fair enough. But I wouldn't say she's like a good second or third I'll pick. Um, let's see. I always forget her name because it's like, what am I doing? Basically, Remora, Rora. She shoots the Dom launchers. Also, she needs a lot more skin, in my opinion. I think her skin category is. She is okay. She basically can close off doorways, and I mean, nobody plays her. She's really not like that solid. Um, I definitely think maybe she is map dependent, but I think she's just okay. I don't think she's like amazing. I don't think there's 100% universally terrible operator that doesn't have a niche. Like I think they're all like S tier to like okay, that's okay. This is the definition of, and I know I just said like, I was thinking in the back of my mind of like, he is like, since he got his buff that Warden can't see through his shield. Which I guess kind of makes sense because I guess I don't know what Warden's ability is supposed to do exactly other than like anti flashbang and see through smoke, which is dope. I mean, for an ability like glass wise, that's really cool. Because if you just get in like a very smoky area, You know, like let's say you're just in an emergency or something, you could say, hey, oh yeah, hey, follow me. I know where I'm going. And then you could see stuff like that. But he's okay. I mean, he's never picked. He is very niche, and no one's ever gonna play him. You're never gonna be like, ooh, ah, gotta go play this. You know, you're never gonna play Zens. He's like a non-binary pandering character, and he came and went like nobody cared. Or I should say they came and went, nobody cared. Sledge, the OG. Sledge is. He's kind of outdated. He is very map dependent. He's not like on some maps, he's just like, ah. And the fact that Ash is just technically better than him, in the sense if you just want to open a castle door safely, that's like the whole point of Ash. Or to like open up a wall from a distance. The only thing that Sledge really does is, I mean, Sledge has been like completely replaced by Buck. Like his gadget's faster. If you just want to make a hole and switch back to your weapon, you're not sitting there waiting to swing, you know, possibly get shot. You could do it from a distance, which gives you a bigger advantage. And his shotgun actually fucking hits like a truck. Which to me it shouldn't. I feel like it should be nerfed. I feel like it should be more of a gadget rather than a weapon. Let's see. We got Snake, and Snake is obviously S tier. I actually, you know what? I would probably say Snake is very good as a second. Like, I would probably say Snake is very good for secondary. Because he can basically, I don't know, he's like a weird mix because he's very good for what he's trying to be, but he's not like a must pick. Because if you have a good enough, I guess he's really good. I would probably say he's a good secondary pick. Yeah, I would say he's like a must pick. Because a must pick is like someone you always must have on your team. And I would say Snake is good, but I would say he's great. But the issue with Snake, if you're paying attention, you can actually kind of tell where Snake is if you listen very carefully. I've heard times where he went, you know, like the dut, and I've heard him like around the corner, and I was like, oh, Snake's right here next to me. Okay. So, I find him good, but I don't find him like great. If that makes sense. Um, let's see, who do we got next? I mean, he definitely is countered by Alibi, which makes Alibi now kind of usable. What is going on in the background? Oh, I'm just hearing like the clip noise. Striker. Striker being like a one-woman army is to me. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the operators so I don't hear that like clicking in the background. So the thing is that Striker being able to open up breach walls by herself just makes her automatic. She's basically the technically first all arounder great, like every man, every woman type of class where she could practically kind of just do it all and she doesn't need a teammate. Okay. And I think her gun selection is pretty good. She gets Maverick's assault rifle, and she also gets, I think, Cavatel's LMG. Yeah, so we got Thatcher, who is decent with teammates. If you don't have a teammate, Thatcher's practically useless. Like, you're just gonna be shooting electronics all day. I mean, he makes a big fucking hole in the fucking wall, and it's so big your whole team could fit in there. Pause. But like, you should never not want to pick Thermite unless like Ace is unbanned. You should never not want to pick Thermite. He is literally like the gold standard of what an attacker should be. He literally takes away one of the defender's biggest defenses, and that's reinforced walls. Why not? Now, I'm not counting all of the scenarios of who gets banned the most, or who gets this, or who gets that. I'm basing them basically just on how good of an operator they are, like all around, or for the most part, what they do and what have you. Da 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 da. We're gonna just put these right up here so I don't have to like scroll through the fucking thing. Okay, so let's start off with Ying. Ying is. She's just okay. Honestly, she's just like, ooh, I'm just gonna flash the room. But if you don't push, or someone's watching the door and they don't get flashed, you're pretty much just cooked yourself. And she doesn't really do anything. I mean, the only thing that makes her really redeemable is maybe like the hard breach. Other than that, I mean, you're gonna have a Thermite or Ace, so why even pick Ying? You know, it's like maybe if you were gonna like aggressively push, then I could kind of see Ying. But I'll put Ying with. I would put her as like. I'd put her as she can make some plays. I don't think. I feel like now I need a new tier. Because now I feel like make some plays. Sometimes makes plays. Good alternative to second picks. I'll put her as map dependent, to be honest. I don't think she's very like blah. I don't think she's very great. I don't think she's a very good secondary alternative pick. Zero. Zero is only good with like people. Honestly, he's just he's unless you want to sit on your camera all day and look out for stuff and make a bunch of noise getting on your camera, getting off, getting on, getting off, you know, stuff like that. He is like I think is like a good all arounder. He's pretty great. But the problem with him is like if your teammates just are not helping and you're constantly like the last one alive or you're the one like fiending for yourself and they're just not helping. But I think in rank, if you're working together with somebody, I think Zero is pretty good alternative pick. And I think like actually, you know what? I would probably say Thatcher should be a good alternative pick. Um, and I'll probably put. I'm thinking like, should I put Kali up here? But then I'm like, Now let me organize these. If I had to pick, um, if I had to pick, I would definitely say, I would definitely say That's pretty fair. I would probably put thermite. I'd probably put Deimos at the end. If I had to say any of these people, I would probably have to put Snake up front, and I would probably have to say definitely have to say I don't know. I feel like Gridlock is kind of better than Capital. If I had to organize these in best to worst, I would probably put Brava ahead of Grim, but I'd probably put Grim behind Buck. If I had to say map dependent, I would say probably Iona back here, Sledge up front, and then I'd probably have to say Dokkaebi. I'd probably have to say Dokkaebi. It's definitely better than Maverick. Definitely better than Maverick. I'd probably say Ying, in my opinion, is better than Maverick. No, I'd probably say Ying is right here. And I'd probably definitely have to say IQ was better than Iona in that sense. Because if you're just trying to get intel, and I mean, oh hey, there's a defender. Oh, the defender just moved because I pinged him, obviously. Um, let's see, battle buddies. I would probably have to say Monty's a pretty strong pick. But I say probably Blackbeard's better because he could throw grenades while his shield is up. Monty can't do that. I think that's fair. I mean, obviously, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Um, I would say definitely these two are definitely. Hmm. I would probably say Kali's better than Glass because she could actually down people with one hit, and she does have a pretty good SMG. Um, I would probably say actually, yeah. I would probably say Fuse is about right here. Um, okay. So this is going to be the attackers. We're just going to screenshot that. And then... Oh, do I have to put all of their stuff back? Yeah, I do, don't I? Okay, I'm just going to try to do this as fast as I can. Let's do the top first. That way I don't have to like scroll all the way. That actually might work. We're gonna start off with alibi. It looks like so. Alibi is she is I don't know. Alibi is a weird choice because I feel like she's okay, and no one really does the alibi trick anymore. So I think if you get the elite, I think the elite makes her, excuse me, kind of good. But most time when people get shot or they shoot her, they just run away. So it's kind of like, oh, hey, there's that person. Okay. Um, let's see. Asami. Asami is, I would say she's a good alternative pick. I don't, I'm trying to think of something like really wrong with her, other than like she's all about angles. So the thing about her is like, if you're really good with I would say she's map dependent. Now that I'm thinking about it, because she's not great on every map. Yeah, I would probably say Aruni's very good. She has an M14, and she has the pepperoni. And she makes barriers, and unless you're running Brava, she's pretty solid because you just pretty much get an unlimited castle door with like 30 seconds. Uh, okay, where are we at? And if you if you run in, like if you get hit and you are really low, you could just sit there and play time. Or people have to waste their utility to kill your thing, and then you just open it up again, and they're like, "Fuck! I just sat there like a fucking boob, waiting for this thing to end, and then you just open it in my face." Like, okay. And then like the M14 with a suppressor is so stupid, it's goated. I would probably say Bandit is okay. Like if you have a Jaeger or someone like covering him, then he's really really good. Other than that, he is just like, eh. He's got a pretty good gun selection. I think that's what makes him like pretty good. But other than that, you wouldn't really use Bandit like Bamburrito. You wouldn't really use him as like Um, but we're gonna get to the must-haves because nobody really uses like Bandit unless you're just trying to slow down the enemy, and at that point they'll just literally open it up. So I could kind of see, you know what? I'll put him as a good secondary pick because he does have a very good gun selection, and if people don't breach your wall, then it's still pretty good. And even if someone tries to breach your wall, you can just bandit trick it, which is kind of like ah. And can't really do much, especially if they're trying to multi like blow up the wall. You're pretty much good on that end. Kavera. Oh, actually, wait, we just skipped over Castle. Sorry, Castle the asshole. My bad. Um, Castle the asshole is a pretty good alternative second pick. Uh, his gun is okay. He's got the well, technically it's the M4 because I know it from Killing Floor 2. But there's also he's got the EMP or UMP that's decent. So it's kind of all right. I would actually, you know, I would drop him down the very map dependent because he is like ah. if I had to say, where did I see Cav? Okay, Cav is straight boobo. I honestly think she needs a rework. I think her interrogation that I know it fits in with her lore and the Bopo, or how you say it, I always forget, or Bope um, thing where they're known for their famous torture methods. I honestly think she is just. I think she is just boo boo. I think getting interrogations is not really worth it because even then it just shows the location of everybody and everyone just stands outside and holds an angle on like last time someone got interrogation. I played Fuse and I just held an angle, killed two people, and or down two people, and then Vigil jumped down and killed me because like two people were jumping out of nowhere. So I was just like, and they got picked up. And the random was just like blah. So I just like everybody in the chat was like and yeah, she's not that great. Once you interrogate someone, everyone just runs outside, waits for interrogation in the end, and then basically she just gives you like a free ping. And unless you get someone at a critical stage where it's like, oh shit, I can see for this person, she even like then you just sound hoarse. So it's like, and then when she does the interrogation and she leaves herself open, everyone who could see that character knows they're getting interrogated. So if you just see, oh hey yeah, basically this character is getting interrogated. Okay, I'm just gonna run outside, wait for the timer to go away. Okay, and then you just rinse and repeat. The only good thing maybe about her is that if you have roamers, they could be like, oh, these are where these people are. I guess she's really only good for like clutch moments where it's like, hey, yeah, this person basically is this person is basically, you know, trapped in a corner. We don't know where they are. Okay, there they are. Other than that, her pistol sucks. Like the headshot mechanic on it is so dank. Sometimes you just gotta spray people down, which fucking sucks with her. Because it does feel like she has the worst pistol in the game. It feels like it's a pea shoot. But if she hits you in the head, for some reason, sometimes it just won't register and you just get blown away. Or if they do it to you, it's like a majority of the time they'll just drop you and you're just kind of going, ugh. The only really good thing about her is like the silent footstep. So what we got? We got Clash. Clash is the definition of decent with other people. And the reason why she makes it decent for other people is they can kind of. She's like basically a walking Malusi. They get heavily slowed if they're a shield operator. Like if they go like Blackbeard, it's just easy fucking pickings. And Blackbeard can't do anything. He just gets slowed. He'll constantly do the flinching mechanic, which same thing with Chachanka does to him, and he just can't do anything. I don't even think he could aim really. He just kind of has to sit there and kind of like, good boy, yes, mommy, I'll take it. She's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking pig. And she whips him, whips and pees on him. Okay, we got Denari. Denari's a weird. He's a weird pick because he's good. He is good in like certain scenarios or like windows. I find that he just makes people go to different windows, which is kind of good. I would say he's a good secondary pick. I don't think his weapons are like amazing. I see a lot of pro league people use like Ella's submachine gun, So he's okay. He's all right. Like blah. Okay, so we got Doc next, and I would say Doc just for the simple. He's like pretty good gun selection. I'm starting to get tired, so you can see it, but he's pretty a good healer. Like I would probably say he's a good healer, especially for getting people like long distances, especially if they're like trapped, type of thing. And he's Castle the asshole. Okay. I was gonna get on to the next. I'm gonna get to the next person when I get to them, but I think he's just like good overall. I wouldn't say he's great. Echo, Echo's a good second pick, especially since you can get people to defuse bomb if you play him very smartly. And if you see like, oh hey, yeah, they're trying to defuse. Okay, hit them, back away, run, wait for them to do their thing, and then do it again. You could actually win games doing that if you play very smart. So he's a pretty alright second pick. I actually do. I'll put him in alternative because he's not like a must-have second pick. Let's see. We got Frost, and I would say Frost is very. Wait, that's not what the fuck. God, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Actually, you know what? We'll put we'll put he's a good second pick, especially if you know how to play him. Especially if you put him around bomb sites, he is like stupidly annoying. And so he's got Bandit's gun. He also got the sausage from like Chachanka and Capcan. He's pretty all right. He's very very good if you're a patient kind of ambusher, because if you just jump out, people will just automatically shoot you. And he's really good because he ends up making people turn around and you just shoot him in the head. Let's see, who do we got next? Okay, apparently I missed two operators before Frost. So we got Ella, and I think that's perfect. Ella is just okay. I mean, she's good once you hear like the boom go off, but most people will literally just hold an angle. And I would probably say she is kind of map dependent, because if you're on a big map and you just hear explosion, you're not really gonna do anything. You can't do anything. Just sit there and wait it out. Frost. Frost is decent with a battle buddy. Like if you have a thorn, or like maybe a mute or something of that nature, and you put it right next to a Frost, they can't do anything. Like they legitly can't do anything. They have to like, and if it's like a window where they can't like repel, that's where she really really is strong on. Um, you could also hear her like you also hear people when they jump through the thing. She's countered by Finka. I think the same thing with Doran's thing, but she's like almost okay. Let's see, who do we got? We got Jaeger. Jaeger's obviously Jaeger's obviously. I hate to say it because Jaeger's gun sucks. It's like his gun just sucks. His gun fucking sucks. Let's be honest. I hate his gun. I feel like it's not great, but he's like Goyo. Goyo's a good secondary alternative pick. He's got a pretty good gun. He used to have like the 1.5 on his like submachine gun, which was like so strong, and it's it's still good. It's basically a Mira's submachine gun, and also he gets the T3, so that's pretty good, I guess. You know, Capcan is super map dependent, especially if you don't know what you're doing. He and the thing that makes him kind of bad is if you know there's a Capcan, you're just gonna check it and check every door and just shoot them. He's really only good for like ambushes. Other than that, I think like his thing is eh. Kaid. Straight must have. Kaid does everything that Bandit does, but 100% better. He could actually cover, like, let's say you have 6 walls. Kaid can literally cover all 6 walls. And if you don't want to do walls and you have like a Bandit or mute, you can also make like electric barbed wire, stop drones, or you can also basically barbed wire like what do you call it? You can also barbed wire like deployable shields. So if you put that in front of a castle door and in Yovomai, it's stupidly broken because if you haven't like they can't do anything. They would have to hit the castle, and if you put the shield far enough in front of them, they're just gonna electrocute themselves. And it's such a stupid strat, but it works. And I don't know why Ubisoft never fixed that. Now we got Legion. Legion is, I would probably say he's a good secondary pick because he simply can stop people from running in, and that's just really about it. I'd probably put Jaeger in second picks because he could stop grenades, and even if his gun sucks, his ability is still good. So there's that. And then also he's really good against Fuse. Um, Maestro. Maestro is, I would say he's a good secondary pick. He has a lot of counters though, so I think that would drop him down to map dependent because if you know how to counter a Maestro, he is probably most like easiest operator counter, especially if you're just gonna use Brava, because it's like, okay, I'm just gonna hack your Maestro camera, that's mine now, and then it's like he doesn't do anything outside of that. I'm just trying to think of like an operator that works well with him, and I can't really like think of anything off the top of my head. He also has a shotgun, the A12 that Alibi has, and his own like LMG that was like stupidly good. That like Ubisoft realized it was like really really good. We forgot Malusi, which to me is, she is just okay. I mean, honestly, just pick Clash if you're just pick Clash. She just does everything Malusi does, but better. And now that you can put the shield down and pre-fire, it's kind of like stupidly easy for her to play. Or you could just literally sit there and slow down attackers all day, and attackers can't do anything and waste their time. And then just put your shield down and literally just keep freezing them. And if you have a Jaeger, ugh. I already I shouldn't have talked about her, but it's fine. I already talked about her anyway. So then we got Mira, and Mira's a great pick because she basically is what Blackbeard is on crack. She has this bulletproof thing, his bulletproof window. Everyone can see through it. If teammates are sitting behind you, they could just shoot, pop someone in the head, duck behind a corner. You have pretty much unlimited intel. There's no timer or anything. Especially if you put that mirror window in a place that no one expects it. You're just going to be clapping headshots like there's no tomorrow. And it's like stupid. Like generally it's very, very stupid how good she is. I hated her in year 2 when she came out because she was so brain dead easy. And she had no counters. Like you couldn't just walk up and hit. The only way to counter her was pick Twitch and then shoot her window open, but most people would literally hug the window. And it was such like a little bitch strategy to do that, but people did it. Okay, we got Mozzie, and Mozzie is he's a good alternative. He's basically just a roaming Valkyrie, and I think he's kind of better because now you get 4 where Valkyrie only gets 3, and you just set them up and people won't shoot them because it's like you're not going to shoot your friend's drone. You're not really going to do that, and most people are not communicating. Like most people don't go, hey yo, that's not my drone, bro. I don't remember moving in there, because if it's a default black cam like drone, no one's going to know who that is. You got 5 people, one person is looking at it, and 4 people are doing their own thing. They're not going to realize it's like, and that's why I think Mozzie is kind of very, like, good in that regard. I think that's why he's very annoying in that regard, because the enemy just legitly can't do anything. They'll just keep getting yellow pinged. So I think it's a good alternative. At his gun, he's got the commando and the pepperoni, and it's okay. Oryx is okay. He is like the definition. If he didn't get the T5, I think he would be a category of just butt cheeks. Honestly, he's a great roamer for. Technically, he is the fastest roamer in the game, and his ability to climb through hatches makes him like basically able to just teleport upstairs. He is very loud. He's like ugh, ugh, ugh. And I would probably, I'm gonna fix that, but Pulse Pulse is okay with another operator. I mean, he's someone that's like, if you. Oh wait, why did I put? The fuck did I put mute? Mute is S tier. Um, he's definitely like. He is definitely not really that great. You can only see a certain amount, and he's only great if people are being very, very quiet, and nobody plays him correctly, because you're supposed to sit there and be like, hey, there's people over here. He's more of a support. He's not really a like running around the map roamer trying to get people. Now that's what people would do with him and Cav in the old days. Was just they would be like together and be like, oh, here's somebody, go pick him out, da da da, I'll cover you, which works. I mean, it's not bad, but the whole point of Cav is to catch people off guard and alone, and a lot of people don't go alone because if there's a Cav, yeah. Rook. Rook to me is a very good secondary pick. I would probably say I'd probably say he's a definite second pick. And the reason why I like Rook is because he is just very fucking solid. And the fact that he gives you more health, and the fact that you can revive yourself, which means if you have another certain operator I'll get to, which is a goat combination if you actually think about it, they're fucking solid together, and his guns are okay. He's got like the God, I forget what the weapon he has exactly what it's called. I know it's God, I just can't think off top of my head. He gets the P pepperoni, yeah, and then he gets the MP5, and then he gets the SG shotgun with the bailiff and the revolver, and no, actually, I don't think he gets the bailiff, but he gets the revolver. And to me, he's a pretty good secondary pick. Actually, you know what? I'll put Doc down here because I'll get to my other person, my other person. Striker is not in the same category, or not Striker. This is oh no, this is Sentry, and the other one is Striker. Yeah. So Sentry basically is kind of like the jack of all trades, and I would probably say he's he's just okay. I mean, he's like you get like a shield and like basically you just get a second like second consumable basically. You could have like impacts and basically like hard breach or not hard breach like C4. Or you could have a shield and basically uh, enemy intel hider or whatever that's called. I'm gonna look up what that's called basically, so I don't sound stupid. Also, he gets commando, M870, which is bandit shotgun, and the TC, which is cage shotgun. He also gets the C75 auto, which is Thorn secondary, and he also gets the super shorty. But yeah, you could have barbed wire with bulletproof camera or deployable shield with C4 or impact grenades with observation blocker, or maybe you're feeling kind of like, ooh, I want to have a proximity mine with my C4, so this way, hey, I know someone's walking in this area and I could just C4 them, open up the wall with your basically super shorty, and you got a C4 trap right there. You could do that. That's another strategy you can do. I mean, he's got like a bunch of strategies you can do with him, but he's okay. I mean, you only get I mean, out of all of these people, I would probably say he's like the best of the okays. I would definitely put Kavera back here. Um, let's see. So we got Phobios. I forget how to say their name. They're the robots. They are very map dependent. They they are very basic, and I would probably just say they're okay. I mean, other than maybe using your shield as like a mirror shield, it's supposed to be like a teleporting roamer type class, and basically you just teleport across the map and get full health. It's it's okay. And it's like okay. Nobody ever uses them. Their gun is kind of mid. I like their gun, but it's not great. But moving on, because we got Smoke, and I'm just gonna put Solaris right into okay. We got Smoke, and Smoke is a good second pick. He can block off areas. He has a very good weapon arsenal. Weapon picks. He also It's just pretty solid all around. If you can get headshots with this like SMG, he pretty much has an SMG that's god tier, and the shotgun's also god tier, what makes him very strong. And being able to just block off an area with smoke, or just kind of like hold people back long enough is kind of like Let's see. I would probably put Pulse. I'd probably put Pulse in okay. Because nobody plays with Pulse. He just kind of roams around like an NPC. Tachanka. Tachanka is. I think he's a very good secondary pick. I definitely think he's S tier if you know how to use him correctly. He could be very strong. Especially he's like the king of chip damage in the game. Uh, I think he's very solid. I think his guns are kind of hold him back, honestly. Because if he has MG shoot faster and did less damage, I think that'd be a really good buff for him, in my opinion. Because this game is all about attack speed. Thorn. Thorn is a very map dependent. I would actually say she's more. I would probably say she's more map dependent. Um, I would probably put. Actually, you know what? I'd probably put meh. Yeah, let's put meh. Who do we got next? Yes, now we are at the gold standard. Boom, right there. And I'll explain why. Because Thunderbird is so good, especially if you are like roaming and you can just heal yourself. And the fact that you could fully heal yourself and just get back in the fight is so ridiculously good. Or you know, hey, I've just got beaten and battered. I'm just gonna go to the thorns and or not thorns, thunderbirds, and basically just fully heal myself. Like if you put four of them to get like three of them together, you could basically just fully heal yourself right then and there. Like it's stupidly broken how dumb the healing is for yourself, and the fact that you can and the Thunderbirds don't even heal attackers anymore, which makes them just solid picks. Because now what that means is that the Thunderbird itself will actually be able to just only heal your teammates. And on top of that, it can heal multiple teammates at once and it fully goes up to their health. And on top of that, it can also heal your whole team where Doc cannot do that. And sure, you have to literally run to them and go get like healed, which is her only downside. But if you just put it in a really good position, it's stupidly broken. Like, and you just stay on the Thunderbird because a lot of people don't stay on the Thunderbird and they think, okay, I'm just gonna go run and I got this temporary health. What Doc does is he gives you all your health back. He gives you all your temporary health like instantly, where Thunderbird gives it to you at like first hit, it slowly goes up. Second hit, it moderately goes up faster. Third hit, it all the way goes up faster. So the thing is that with Rook and her together, you can basically just pick yourself up and then go heal. And then basically they legitly can't do anything. Like they legitly can't do anything because you're already like maxed health. Did I forget Twitch? Oh my god, I think I forgot Twitch. Wait, did I actually forget Twitch? I did forget Twitch. Okay. I need to correct that. What's the OBS on? Okay, it's directly on that window. Okay, I somehow forgot Twitch and me being tired. Okay. So I'm just gonna put these people so that way I don't have to scroll all the way, like I don't have to scroll all the way back up. Okay. So okay. So we got Torbrio, and Torbrio is decent with the battle buddy. Uh, let's see, who do we got? Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a good secondary pick. Um, she's not like bad or anything. Wamai is definitely a must pick. I mean, he could block basically any projectile that they throw or shoot, in the sense of like Capital's weapon, or Capital's bolts, Gridlock's stuff, Gridlock's barbed wire, basically. And yeah, he's pretty solid. Also, he has a lot of really good gun selection. And he was like I believe, the first one to get an assault rifle DLC character wise. Vigil is. Vigil's just kind of there. He's kind of outdated. I would probably say he is map dependent. And we got our last person, which is basically Warden, and Warden is, if they're not throwing flashbangs or anything, or they're not using smoke, Warden is just practically useless. And I as much as I love Warden, as much as I love Warden, he's just okay. If I had to put, now, since I'm going to make sure I have every single person that's not a defender on here. Okay, everyone's an attacker, so good. Now we're going to organize them. So we're going to put Mute obviously in front of Cade, because Mute honestly right now is the strongest operator in the game. Like bar none. He counters like every single person except Thatcher or Collie. Cade's good where he is. I feel like Mira is technically better than Cade. I think that's pretty good. I would probably say Wamai is a better choice than Thunderbird. Um, Now, if I had to pick who's the best choice, secondary wise, I'd probably put Jaeger in first, since he could just block projectiles, and that's pretty fucking solid. Okay. I would probably put probably put smoke in front of rook, and I'd put Valkyrie right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. If I had to pick, I'd probably say a smart echo. Bandit's good. I think a smart dock would be really good behind. I'd probably say, yeah. No, I put a Rooney over Echo, because if they shoot your drones, then you have nothing. But at least a Rooney will always still have her stuff. Um, that's fair. Map dependence, I'd probably say Sami. I'd try to put Ella way back here, Kapkan right here. I mean, if you could get kills, I'd probably put Kapkan above. I'd probably put, yeah, that looks about right. And then I'd probably put, yeah, I think that feels about right. But then you have to buy the elite. So you're not going to buy the elite. I kind of feel like Alibi would be right there. Decent with a buddy. I definitely feel like Torbjorn is just a lot better. Well, I mean, I guess if we're working as a team, but then again, the frost thing doesn't kill people anymore. So, but then I guess if you have a thorn, it works out. Um, I would probably say Warden if they actually have flashbangs and stuff. Then I would say I would probably put Warden up here, to be honest, because if they have like flashbangs and stuff and Ying, then a Warden would probably be up there. I would probably say Warden would be right here. I'd probably actually say he'd be right here. Yeah, that'd be fair. And I probably would say I'd probably say yeah, I'd probably go with that. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Let me get the screenshot of that. Because I was like thinking of making like an enemy dependent. Oh wait, I already have it. Oh, I forgot I had the enemy dependent. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me go. Yeah, let me go put that there. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Um, Now let me go make sure. Let me go make sure. Okay, this is the one that needs to be deleted. And then, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then we are going to. What? That's strange. It says she's still in the call. Oh, that's just gonna be a bitch, but okay. Um. Da, 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 da. Let's see. This is the attackers. Um. So, okay, if you just want to skip this part, because I need to go take a okay, okay. Okay, so Osa, Kali, where's Fuse? Fuse, Sophia, Glass, Maru, let's see, where did she go? Oh, I already put her up there. Oh, I was looking for. Okay, God, I'm zoinked out, man. Scoop said I'm zoinked out, man. Okay, we got Zen. And then we have. Okay, and then we're also going to put Twitch here, because that's what we forgot. And I would say Twitch is a good alternative. We'll correct the record in a second. And Blackbeard, Monty, Blitz. Just gonna put Ace and fucking S tier because I already know he's gonna be there. Blitz, Finca. Let's Finca. Jackal. The Feet Sniffer. Okay. I mean, we're getting there. You know, we're slowly getting there. And then we got RAM. Okay, we're just gonna put her there. We're gonna put IQ here. And then we got 0. And then we got Buck and Grim. So we're gonna go. I see Buck. I see Grim. Then we're gonna have some solid snake. Just sneaky snake. And then we're gonna have and then we're gonna have let's see. We already got Graham. Okay, Oh yeah, we need Striker. Striker. Thatcher. And we have Demos. Okay. I'd probably say Twitch is probably the worst of. I'd probably say Buck is probably. Yeah, I would say that's fine. Make sure. Not seeing any attackers. Okay, so there's the official list. And I feel like that's right. Okay. Okay, good. Good. I think that's everybody. Yeah. So we're gonna add those two to the thing, and we're gonna call it a day. So thanks for watching. If you guys have anything to comment down, just always subscribe. And the other thing to do is just tell me, why do you think these people are in this part, or you think these people are in that part, and you think like, man, So hit that subscribe button and just keep it rolling and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you